So guys, Bob Arum says that Amir Khan v Terence Crawford is a significant pay-per-view fight. See, the thing is, guys, I know how big a star Amir Khan is. The only problem is I don't know how big he is in America. I don't know, because in America, right, there's so many big stars. It's really hard to be a star there, and it's really hard to gauge how big a star somebody is. In my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, you American fans, because you'd know better. I would say that Amir Khan's a bigger star in America than Terence Crawford in terms of how many people know him. Now, I don't know. You guys would know better. Is Terence Crawford such a big star where people know him on the streets and people know who he is? I don't know. I'm just going on what I think. I think Amir Khan's probably a bigger name than Terence Crawford in America than Crawford is. Again, I can't say this with certainty, but that's just popularity, looking at social media numbers and followings. I would assume that Khan is. Now, when Spence fought Garcia, a lot of people said, oh, well, because Spence won the fight. Oh, Spence fought this, Spence fought that. One thing I want to say is that wasn't Spence. If you look at the guy that really brought the crowd, really maybe even bought the pay-per-views, it was Mikey Garcia. Now, of course, Errol Spence contributed towards that because Errol Spence is a great fighter and people knew the fight was going to be a great fight. However, I also think that Errol Spence isn't that big a draw in America. Maybe now he might be because he beat Mikey Garcia. But I don't think Errol Spence is that big a name, if I'm honest, in America. You know, I think Mikey Garcia brought a lot to that fight. The same with this fight with Crawford and Khan. I believe Amir Khan's bringing a lot to this fight. He's bringing a lot of the UK support. He's bringing even American support. There'll be a lot of Asians that will be back in Khan, you know, in America. So Amir Khan's bringing a lot. Now, I don't know what Terence Crawford is bringing. I don't know how big his fan following is. I don't know how big he is in America. I've not followed him like that. I don't know him as like how big a star he is. I know Amir Khan is a massive superstar here in the UK. Whether people watch it to see him lose or win, that's another matter. But Amir Khan has got a massive following. You have to look at a guy's social media numbers. You know, he's probably got one of the most followed. He's one of the most followed social media boxers in the world. You know, I don't think there's many boxers with his kind of social media following. You know, looking at guys like Mayweather, Pacquiao, Canelo, Khan. These have got the big names in terms of social media following on you know, social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. If you look at their numbers, it's big. You know, I think Amir Khan has I think he has equal amount of numbers as Joshua on Twitter. On Instagram, Joshua's got more, but on Facebook, Khan's got a lot more. So it just shows how big these guys are on social media, because how big of stars they are. Now, whereas I think Crawford, on the other hand, I don't think a lot of people know him. I don't think anywhere. He's a great fighter. If you're a hardcore boxing fan, of course you know who Crawford is. But the problem is, in order to be a big star, you can't just be known by the hardcore boxing fans, because that's not that big a market, right? The bigger market is the casuals, you know, the people that just walk the streets that don't really know a lot about boxing. If they know who you are, then you know you've been promoted and you're doing well. In Amir Khan's, I don't know whether, I know I've got probably a lot of American subscribers as well. But in no matter what city you are in the UK, right, everybody knows who Amir Khan is. You won't get, like, if you don't know who Amir Khan is, people will probably look at you and say, what? You don't know who Amir Khan is? Like that. Because he's that big a star. Whereas Crawford, I think there'll be loads of people in America that don't know who he is. So I think Khan's probably bringing more to the table for the pay-per-view than Crawford is. But obviously, you can't take away the fact that Crawford is an exceptional talent, an exceptional fighter. So you've got to give him that. I just think that you know, the pay-per-views that happen with Garcia, Spence, you know, the guys that were probably seeing the underdogs are probably bringing more to the table in terms of their popularity, the pay-per-view numbers, etc., to the table than the ones that actually expected to win in Crawford and Spence. But leave your thoughts, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think Bob Arum's right when he says that this is a significant pay-per-view? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.